Welcome to What's Cooking in the Lowcountry with Chef Lynn Michelle. I'm here at the amazing Sub-Zero Wolf Showroom Kitchen here at Billy Wood Appliance in Old Town Bluffton. And here is my guest today is Brantley King, owner of Billy Wood Appliance, and my assistant, Mylene Owens. And they're going to join me on this wonderful culinary tour and making of Lowcountry shrimp and grits. So I'm going to start with making my shrimp bouillon. And I do have local shrimp here today from Benny Hudson Seafood on Hilton Head. They've been in fourth generation of seafood. So I'm gonna melt my butter here in this pan. And as soon as it gets warm, it's gonna start crackling. So I'm gonna put my shrimp shells in. No water in the shrimp shells, and I don't rinse them. I just put them right in here. While that's getting ready, we're going to make our grits. All right, we have our butter melting in our pan right here. And I'm going to mix up and just toss the shrimp shells just lightly. Just toss them around in your pan. And the butter is melting. I'm going to add some half and half to the butter as it's melting. And they're going to warm together. And the big thing is that I want to not simmer my heavy cream because I will break it. And I don't want to scald my milk. And I'm going to turn these both on high. Can you smell those shrimp shells cooking here?
They smell delicious.
You hear them crackling and popping in there? So as soon as they get nice and pink, I'm gonna go ahead and add some water to this. And that, I'm gonna let it just simmer right there. And this is going to make my shrimp bouillon for the shrimp and grits. For my grits now, I add a little bit of chicken broth, just a very, very little bit. And I always say like debits and credits. So I'm not gonna add very much salt to this because there's a lot of salt in this little bit of chicken base. Not too much. I'm gonna add a little bit of pepper to it. No salt, because I'm gonna have salt in my shrimp and grits mixture. And you can always add to this later. I'm gonna add some water. You have a question about this?
It's just already smelling so
wonderful. Good. I'm gonna add my grits. And there is a preference. Some people like very dry grits, creamy grits, more loose grits. So it's all very based on a choice of what you like and how much liquid you like in them. Now we're gonna go and make our shrimp and grits. We're gonna add some butter to the pan. And this is all a choice based on what you like. I add a little bit of bacon to mine, a little bit of beef sausage. I use smoked beef kielbasa, all beef kielbasa. So when I have my bacon, I'm gonna cut my bacon. Now these are my kitchen shears, my kitchen scissors, as they say. I'm going to add my onions, my peppers, and my celery. Let that simmer, all those flavors. Can you smell it all?
And I love how bright it is with
yes.
all the peppers, celery.
So now that the bacon is rendering, which means that it's just melting the fat. So I'm rendering the bacon. I don't need to really cook it. So we're gonna add some green scallions to this. A little bit of Old Bay. So now at this point, now that I have my butter, my onions, my peppers, a little bit of Old Bay in here, I'm now gonna add a little bit of flour. This is making my roux. This is what's gonna thicken my shrimp and grits. I'm going to now add my beef sausage. I'm just gonna add this to the point that I'm just gonna melt it. Now I have my shrimp bouillon that I did earlier.
It smells. Wow.
Can you smell that?
Delectable.
Here's our shrimp and grits here. Very easy. I like the thicker version for the dinner again. It's like a very nice gravy. Now the trick about this is that I'm letting it seep and simmer for just a little bit. Now I'm turning my burner off because this stove, the Wolf stove here, it handles so much heat coming off of the burners itself that it will permeate my pan still. But also, this pan is also holding my heat. So we're gonna go back to our grits right here. There you go. These are nice and gritty grits. You ladies ready for your shrimp and grits?
Oh, yes. Can't wait.
Hey.
I wish the viewers could smell it. It's wonderful.
Smell-o-vision, right?
Smell-o-vision.
So we'll do that. We'll plate that up right there. All right. Voila.
Beautiful.
Well, how is it over here?
It's absolutely wonderful.
What do you think with the bacon in it?
I always, everything's better with bacon as far as I'm
Yes.
concerned, but
Yes.
this is fabulous. This is
Wonderful.
just wonderful.
Awesome.
I'm glad you talked me into adding the bacon because it snaps it all into place.
It does, because if you added it to the base, it would have overpowered the base.
Right.
But yeah, once you add it to that, it's just this is the shrimp and grits bar. This is what I offer on my personal chef experience, but this is our shrimp and grits bar. Thank you for joining us at the wonderful showroom at Billy Wood Appliance with a Sub-Zero and Wolf Appliance and beautiful stovetop here. And thank you for joining us for What's Cooking in the Lowcountry with Chef Lynn Michelle.